for the G2G Protein Bar Play or Team of the Weekend. Did your favorite player make an incredible play or your team had a big upset? They probably know all about G2G Protein Bars, a refrigerated protein bar with unmatched taste, grab and go goodness. G2G Protein Bars are now available at Costco.
All right, let's get to it. I'll start us off as the torch has passed. And here's the highlight from last night.
It hasn't worked out that way.
From the 16 to Kraft, the tight end with blocking. Kraft inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown. Tucker, Kraft. Pressure coming. He picked it up inside. Kraft's got it at the 10. Kraft running away to the end zone. He has 2 touchdowns. You see that? I do this. Savion Williams has got it. Williams getting the blocking to the pylon. Savion in for the touchdown.
Well, the Packers just beat Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. They basically validated their decision 3 years ago as Jordan Love went off. The first time that Aaron Rodgers faced his former team, goes 29 of 37, 360 yards, 3 touchdowns. At one point, he connected on 20 straight passes. He sliced up the man coverage. He was throwing darts. He didn't get sacked. He was poised the entire night, and the Packers have their guy, and Packer fans can now move on.
And I think the Packer fans are starting to see the kind of team, the kind of offense that they were talking about early on in the year, and it kind of took them a couple games to get their traction. But I think the Cardinal game last week, that last quarter got them set. But going to Pittsburgh and do what they did defensive-wise, but Jordan Love was all that and then some. For my G2G Protein Bar Game Chamber, we're going back to Rogers Stadium in Toronto.
Popped up, left side. Yamamoto goes the distance again. World Series mastery. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Game 2 of the World Series against the Blue Jays.
That's right, Yoshi Yamamoto. Everybody's been talking about this guy. 2 complete games within a week is my G2G Protein Bar Game Chamber. The line, Rock went through this in our last segment. 9 innings pitched, 4 hits, only 1 run, and it was just no walks. No walks. Had the 8 Ks, only 105 pitches, and 73 strikes. His ERA now for the playoffs, 1.57. And when you look at Yoshi Yamamoto and all he's done for this Dodgers team, some of the things that you stop and think about is, okay, he's got a 5-1 record, an ERA of 2.47, 41 strikeouts, and 8 appearances in the postseason of his career. And I think he's really becoming one of the top that we've seen in many, many years. So Yoshi Yamamoto is my G2G Protein Bar Game Changer. Connor?
I'm going to be going to North Texas, guys. I'm not sure if you've heard about this great story coming out of college football, but a young freshman walk-on, Drew Mestemaker. He's a 0-star recruit. He never started a varsity game in high school, and now he is the 2nd in the nation for passing yards, and he leads the FBS top-ranked offense. Here's Drew Mestemaker's first touchdown of the day versus Charlotte last Friday night.
That's a 19-yard reception, and look how fast they're going. Play action, Mestemaker stepping up in the pocket, airing it out for Cameron Dorner, and he's got it. It's a touchdown, North Texas.
Completes 4 touchdowns off of 608 passing yards in the 54-20 win. It also shatters the American Conference all-time passing record. So the young man, Drew Mestemaker, 7-1, the 0-star recruit as a walk-on, doing his thing there for North Texas in the Mean Green.
Yeah. I saw this. You had 7-1 since 1977. They talked about North Texas State, the Mean Green Machine. Carl Selmer was the offensive coordinator for that team in 77. When our staff got fired in 77 at K-State, Carl became our offensive coordinator at K-State. Hallelujah, along with Jim Dawn. And they brought a lot of that run and shoot and a lot of that open offense, if you will. And we're starting to see that again. And, you put that out there. I had not heard of this kid because of what you said. He wasn't a 3 or 4 or 5 star. He goes in there and it just goes to show you that this kind of offense, this kid is accurate and he's all over the place in reference to distributing it to so many different receivers. So good call on that one, Carl.
All right, what was Jimmy B's? Why don't you read Jimmy B's?
Jimmy B had Austin Reaves for the LA Lakers. He had 51 points. No LeBron in the game, no Luka. He goes 12 of 22. and then 21 of 22 for the free throws, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. The young man, I don't know if he was drafted out of college. I mean, going off. And we've seen a lot of high scoring. You've seen SGA with some high scoring. You've seen with Gordon for the Denver Nuggets high scoring. So Austin Reaves is Jimmy B's G2G protein bar game changer in his absence.
All right, so when it comes to tonight's big World Series Game 3, as we kind of look at this and we say, all right, first game, Game 1, Blue Jays, they blow out the Dodgers.
Sure did,
man. A 9-run frame. I mean, it just blew the game wide open, and what a wake-up call to the defending champions. All right, Game 2, we talked about Yoshi and his dominance and a complete Game 4 hitter. No walks, the 8 strikeouts, and as I mentioned, he retired the last 20 batters he faced. But today, Game 3, which you can hear here on ESPN 620, game will start at 5 o'clock, but we will have the pregame starting at 4. But can Mad Max turn back the clock? 41 years old, Max Scherzer, he stole the spotlight in the ALCS. He had a gritty performance in that game. A lot of people didn't expect that. He faces his old home park. I mean, he's been with seems like every team you can think of, right? And here he is. Can he deliver another masterpiece for the Toronto Blue Jays? That's the big question. And I'm watching the pregame, and I didn't know Max Scherzer was a guy that does not talk to anybody on the day of his start. Won't even talk to teammates. And they were interviewing him like on a media day. I saw it on social this morning. And basically, the players are all like, they don't even say hello.
Leave him alone, huh?
He is in the zone.
I wonder if he, you read about Randy Johnson was very similar when he took the mound for the Diamondbacks, whoever he's pitching for. Nobody went near him. Nobody talked to him. That's just how Randy gets in the zone and into the game. And he had mentioned, I think they did an article about 3 or 4 months ago when the Diamondbacks were playing. He was back doing photos. And they said, Randy, why so stern? Why so didn't talk to anybody? He goes, I was always like that. And I think Schilling was a little bit like that too when he was pitching. But I think, for guys, they've got to get zoned in. They've got the pitchers. You'll talk to your catcher, your pitching coach, talk about the lineup. And he knows what he has to do. And, he may not get this stage again, but he's always been – Randy was like that. Scherzer was like that. I think Clemens was like that. There's been a lot of guys that were pretty much like that on the day of the game. And I think the only people they talked to were their catchers or the pitching coach to pretty much go through the lineup. But Max Scherzer, to watch him pitch now, grossly indifferent. And they did it was like 10 years ago. I don't know if it was with the Nationals or Detroit. And they did like a little mini perspective on the kind of pitches he threw. Fastball, changeup, maybe a curve. Fastball, changeup, maybe a curve. Now he throws a splitter, changeup, curve, slow curve. And he will bust you in once in a while with the fastball. But those are some of the things you watch Max Scherzer, the complete pitcher at 41 years old that he's become. So it's going to be a tough game for the Dodgers, even though they got 5 runs the other game. Will Smith and Edmonds are about the only guys that have been consistent throughout the playoffs. They got to get Ohtani. Chandra Hernandez has got to get off the schneid. A few of these guys got to get off the schneid if they're going to go ahead. And I picked the Dodgers in 6 if they're going to go ahead and jump on top of this Blue Jays team.
Well, momentum swings on the road matters, so we'll see what happens here with the series being 1-1. The Dodgers home crowd, it's going to be loud. It won't be as loud as Toronto. I think Toronto was that was a monster. But home crowd can matter, and this winner of this game grabs a big swing in the series.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. I think that and I think that a lot of folks don't realize. And you talk about Scherzer and Glass now. This could be like a 3-2, 2-1 type of ball game. I think this will be one of those pitching duel kind of games, which I really enjoy seeing. Close games, especially in the World Series. But again, the Dodgers are going to have to jump on Scherzer early. They're going to have a chance because once he gets going, he really starts to get lathered up in later innings.
All right, up next, we'll catch up at ABC 15's Craig Fooey for another round of Fact or Fooey. It's next here on Rocket Manooch with Jimmy B as we are live from Big's American Bar and Grill here in Peoria. But here's Laz with another Sports Center update.